Okay. Mugshots, what are they and how do you take one? Mugshots are photos of a person. They're used in the newspaper and yearbook to give face to a quote. So you can see here, this is an example taken from one of our older newspapers, just putting a person's face next to their quote. If you are the one um, taking, getting the quotes and taking the mugshots, you should do that at the same time. It's just easier and you need to do it at the same time. And then here is an example from the yearbook. So how to take a mugshot. You're going to want to shoot horizontally. It allows for the most depth and background. So you can see here in this example on the left, it was shot horizontally. It gives more to the photo than you can see it does in the one that was taken vertically. So make sure you shoot horizontally. Pay attention to your background. Your background matters. You're going to want to angle down a hallway or an area that has depth behind it because it just allows for more to the photo than what there would be if you were to just place them against a window or a wall, which leads into my next point. Don't place them against a window or a wall. You can see in my example on the right that she was placed against a window and it allowed for an overexposed background and for her to kind of have a darker light on her. So don't place against the window. If you are in a room with a window, the best lighting situation then is to place them opposite the window. The window will have the light shine on to your subject and give better lighting, which leads in to my next point again. Be aware of the lighting situation. Lighting matters in this because you don't want your subject to be too dark, too bright, or like even have like a yellow tint on it. So just make sure you are checking the lighting. And then again, be aware of what is in the background. On my two examples on the left and in the center, there's stuff going on in the background. The one in the middle was taken during a band class. And so you can see there's people playing their instruments, people talking, just there's a lot going on and it distracts away from your subject. Same on the photo on the left, stuff happening in the hallway, distracting away from your subject. So you're gonna again angle down a hallway or an area that has depth in it. You're gonna want to not place against a window or wall. Be aware what's in the background and be aware of the lighting. Okay, use rule of thirds. Rule of thirds is just placing your photo to the left or the right in the photo and not in the direct center. In order to do this, you can turn on a grid on your phone camera to help if you can't picture it. So, like for example, I have an iPhone, so I just go to settings, scroll all the way down to camera, click it, and then under a composition title, it'll say grid, and you're just going to flick it on. And once it's on, if you open your camera, there will be a grid present, and you can use that to help you figure out where to place your subject while taking the photo. But you can see down here again in my examples, without the grid, she's placed to the left of the photo. And you can see that with the grid on the right side, you either want to place your subject in these far left boxes or these far right, or even in the lines on the left and the right, but never again in the direct center. Okay, too high or too low. You don't want your subject to be too low or too high in the photo. So you're going to want to place the bottom of the photo about mid-torso and the top of the photo just to go a little bit above the head. You want to fill the frame and limit dead space. So you can see here on my example on the left, it's great at filling the frame and limiting the dead space. However, it's shot where just the shoulders are shown. And you don't want that because it's cropped kind of oddly. It doesn't give a whole lot. But you can see then on the example on the right, it's placed at the mid torso and it's just a little bit of top of the head. And while it doesn't fill the frame as much, It's just going to allow for a better crop and better look to the photo. Finally, you should take multiple photos and choose your best one. Sometimes, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. You're just going to want to have multiple photos just in case you miss something in the first one, or you can try out like different angles to make sure you get it to the left or to the right of the photo. Check the different lighting, the background. Just taking multiple allows you to have all these different options to choose from and make sure that you have something that you're going to want. So you can see here, all of these photos look pretty much the same, except in the first one, she's a little more centered than I would have liked, so I moved a bit to the right, not too much like I should have probably done, but yeah, it's just, they're all just a little bit different, and I just chose the best one that I found, and that's what you're going to want to do. Just make sure, if you take multiple, you can make sure that you're getting what you want to get. So that's how you take a mugshot. Sometimes you're going to want to cut a mugshot out so it doesn't have any background, it's just the subject. And there's a video for that if you need it. So good luck.